thing, I didn't like your man, he wasn't as good as I thought he was. Right? Okay? And you just have to just say, just keep smiling, we're nearly there, keep smiling. But it's been really wonderful. Turn your phones off to silent, but if you would like to tweet out anything you hear in this discussion, the hashtag is hashtag Dalkey Book Fest. I think it's written down here. Yes, Dalkey Book Fest. That would be great, and we really appreciate all the encouragement you've given the whole team, not just Shan and myself, but the whole team, and who have done a remarkable job. So I'd also like to thank all the volunteers. Thank you all so much. It's always very, when you're going to do something autobiographical and you notice your mother in one of the front rows, it's always very worrying, right? But many years ago, this is Dillon's Park, okay? And Dillon's Park looks beautiful, it is beautiful, and it looks amazing. For some marvellous reason it stopped raining, which is extraordinary. But if you look at there, you see Dalkey Island, you see the sun going down, it looks really gorgeous. And what it reminds me of is being a 14-year-old drinking cans. This is an ideal can drinking location and all the rest. And the background noise to that 14-year-old and his local mates was the Boomtown Rats. And the Boomtown Rats, because they were from Dún Laoghaire, because they were locals, the Boomtown Rats said to us as local lads and girls that you can do it. That people, a big, tall, skinny lad from Dún Laoghaire was number one, when number one was number one, right? And for us, it gave us a real sense of hope. It gave us a real sense. Remember, Ireland was not a particularly nice place back then. And it gave us a sense of hope that you could come out of here and make an impact on the British and the world stage. And I'm not too sure if Bob kind of understands that what he was actually giving us at that age was the permission to dream, because no other Irish person had given us the permission to dream. And in many ways, Bob Geldof is still giving us the permission to dream. Through his activism, his involvement, taking the knocks, getting back up, being on the flotilla yesterday in the Thames, that's all about somebody who has enormous courage and allows other people to dream of a world that could be a little bit better. Apart from that, I rang him when I coming in, and I said, how are you, Bob? Slightly trepidatiously. And he goes, I'm fucking knackered because of you. But knackered or not, he was gigging last night. Would you give a huge Dalkey welcome to Dún Laoghaire's finest, Bob Geldof! Bob, let's kick off with the flotilla. And what you're doing in the UK at the moment. What are the forces behind Brexit, behind Trump, behind Le Pen, behind this new politics we're seeing?
But they call it nativism, but it's a harking back to a sort of romantic nationalism. I don't think Farage, for example, is like Le Pen. I think there's a sort of notion of what England never was, and Trump is different. But where they meet, where Le Pen and Trump and Farage and the genuine people who want to leave Europe and go back to a sensibility of taking control of their own country, which you have to respect, is a reaction. It's the backwash of globalization, which we're all being buffeted by. And many of the people have been marginalised by it, whether it's the coal miners of Pittsburgh, the steel workers of Pennsylvania or Cardiff, or the fishermen who were shouting at me on the Thames the other day. They feel that they've been left out. They don't understand what this new world is supposed to be, and they're not helped by the purported leaders who are supposed to interpret that world to them, and in fact they are letting them down. So it's a phenomenon of our time specifically. I think the 21st century stutters to start in the same way that the 19th did and the 20th did, but we don't need a repeat of 1815 and Waterloo. We don't need a repeat of 1914 and the Somme, and we must find a way to navigate ourselves around what I seriously believe is